Hey y'all, welcome back. I think it is time for a long overdue update. So I've been back in North Carolina for about 5 months now, and I've posted a few videos here and there, but mostly I've just kept my head down and worked a normal job. Even though these last 5 months haven't been adventurous in the usual sense, they have led me on a new kind of journey, and it's one that I think is going to define the future of this channel. I bought some property. A few weeks ago, I pulled the trigger on nearly 4 acres of raw land in western North Carolina with the goal of building my own homestead. I started quietly searching back in November, driving out to countless properties, scouring the internet for months, and running into hurdle after hurdle. Things like unusable topography, weird easements, crazy neighbors, some really harsh restrictions, the list goes on. I was working with a small budget, and during the search, I struck out so many times that I was ready to throw in the towel. In fact, I even told myself that if the last property didn't work out, I was going to give up on the idea for now. But wouldn't you know it, that last property, it turned out to be the one. But after all that freedom and fun I had, living life on the road, living full-time out of the truck camper, why would I tie myself down with land or try to start a homestead? It's a fair question, and honestly, one that I've thought about quite a lot. Last summer, while I was traveling and staying in the truck camper, I had a lot of free time to reflect on what exactly I was trying to get out of that experience. And I guess what it boiled down to was what you might call some core values. Things like freedom, time outdoors, creativity, maybe self-sufficiency. And what I realized was that while truck camping or living in the truck camper full time definitely embodied a lot of those core values, they weren't exclusive to that lifestyle. For me, the land represents not only a reliable home base, a place to park the truck camper whenever I need a place to park, it also is a place to build things and create, and I'm really excited about that part. And the homestead, well, that scratches that same itch of independence that I was looking for on the road, with the added benefit of getting to put down some roots, maybe building something a little bit more long-term, and personally to get to spend more time with my family. Now, the YouTube algorithm is probably about to have a fit with me because we are going to change up the type of content on this channel. It's not going to be all truck camping all the time. That said, I think if you share some of those core values that I outlined earlier, you're going to find this next chapter just as entertaining as the last. So, what's next? Well, I've got a ton of work ahead. The land was left trashed and badly neglected by the previous owners. Honestly, it's a sort of overwhelming project where you don't even know where to start. Some of the garbage might be salvageable, but a lot of it is just junk that needs to go. So step 1, clean up. After that, I'm diving into my first project and YouTube series. There's a 10 by 20 garden shed on the property, and it's in decent shape, but it's been empty for about 3 years, and the mice have definitely made themselves at home. Since I'm probably a few years away from building any sort of permanent home, my plan is to renovate the shed into a tiny cabin. And here's the kicker. I have zero experience with this kind of thing. I don't have construction background, I've never maintained more than a small garden, and I've never done anything remotely close to this. So I won't be teaching, I'll be learning. And anything you pick up from these videos will either be something we figure out together or something you learn from my mistakes. It should be a wild ride, and I can't wait to share it with you. I'll see you next time.